Some of them are still fighting. Some of them already lost the fight. 10 rock singers whose voices powered stadiums, whose songs got written so deep in your bones you stopped noticing them.
Oh, I was just a boy. Nobody else.
Carrying diagnoses the spotlight couldn't protect them from. You know the music, but here's what was happening behind it. And in 2 of these stories, here's how it ended.
I'm coming home.
Number 10, Art Alexakis, Everclear, multiple sclerosis.
I just wanna see some.
There's a specific type of Everclear fan, the one who heard Santa Monica from a car radio at 16 and felt something unlock. Who knows Father of Mine without having to try, because Art Alexakis wrote it from the place where it actually happened to him. The absent father, the poverty, the brother lost to heroin, he turned all of it into sound.
I don't wanna be the bad guy.
In 2019, he revealed publicly what he'd known since 2016. Multiple sclerosis, a chronic, progressive disease that attacks the central nervous system. He'd kept it private for 3 years. And here's the detail that caught me when I started digging. His neurologist believes he may have had MS since his 20s, based on the lesions found on his brain and spine. All those years of performing, the balance issues, the fatigue, the vertigo, while his body was already at war with itself. All those years thinking it was just getting older. He said the diagnosis was, in a strange way, a blessing, because finally, after decades of symptoms he couldn't explain, there was a name for it. His current medication, Tysabri, a monthly infusion, has kept the progression minimal. He does physical therapy 3 times a week. He swims instead of runs.
I don't wanna do your sleepwalk dance anymore.
And the MS, while chronic and incurable, isn't stopping him. In 2025, he completed a 43-date run celebrating the 30th anniversary of Sparkle and Fade, 30 years, disease and all. Some of y'all hearing about this for the first time right now might be doing what I did, going back and listening to the music differently, knowing what was under it, knowing what it cost. Number 9, Dave Mustaine, Megadeth, throat cancer, ongoing health. Dave Mustaine's entire career is basically the greatest revenge story in rock history. Kicked out of Metallica at a bus station in 1983, handed a one-way ticket home, and told he was no longer needed. He built Megadeth from that humiliation into one of the biggest metal bands on earth. 50 million records, a Grammy, a legacy that doesn't fade. In June 2019, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, squamous cell carcinoma. He announced it publicly and said he was already in treatment. With doctors putting the success rate of their plan at 90%. What happened next is the most Dave Mustaine thing Dave Mustaine has ever done. He went through radiation and chemotherapy. Some days he would leave a treatment session, go to the studio, feel the effects hit, step outside to be sick, and then walk back in to keep recording. The album they made in those conditions was called The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. That title wasn't a metaphor. He announced he was cancer-free in January 2020, but cancer changes the math of a body permanently. He came out of treatment with a fused neck, radial nerve damage in his arm, and arthritis that makes every performance increasingly painful. In a 2026 Billboard interview, he said, "I don't know how much longer I can do this. My hands are killing me." Megadeth released their 17th and final studio album in early 2026. A global farewell tour is underway. Here's what I keep coming back to. He said he never expected to live this long, after everything. And here he is, going out on his own terms, which is a luxury, as he'd tell you himself, that not everyone gets.
Let's look at the numbers. Only 9% of you are actually subscribed. Honestly, that's tough to see. Our team spends days hunting down archives and verifying every single fact just to tell these stories right. If you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly part of the community, so please hit subscribe. It costs nothing and helps us immensely. Now, for those already subscribed, very few of you have made the jump to our membership, and that's a hard pill to swallow because you're the ones who know our value best. If this channel has moved you or inspired you, consider joining. It's the price of one coffee, but it's the literal fuel for this channel. Let's keep this alive together. Back to the story.
Number 8. Ann Wilson. Heart. Cancer.
Isn't that the way everybody...
Ann Wilson has one of the 10 greatest rock voices ever committed to tape. That's not an argument. It's just a fact. You've heard Barracuda. You've heard Crazy on You. And if you've seen the 2012 Kennedy Center Honors performance, Ann Wilson standing at that microphone, singing Stairway to Heaven, while Robert Plant watched from the balcony and lost his composure, you know exactly what kind of voice we're talking about. In July 2024, right as Heart's Royal Flush Tour was beginning, Wilson posted to Instagram. She'd undergone surgery to remove something that turned out to be cancerous. Her doctors had prescribed preventive chemotherapy and ordered her off the road for the rest of the year. She didn't say what kind of cancer it was. She said, "This is merely a pause. I've much more to sing." That line. Depending on how much that voice has meant to you over the years, that line either feels like a relief or a punch, or both at the same time. Preventive chemotherapy is not a gentle process. By late 2024, she announced she was finished with treatment, calling it, in her words, a lot. Chemo is no joke, she said, but the follow-up tests came back clean, and she was ready to get back out there. She returned to the stage on February 28, 2025. By May 2026, she was performing at the Grammy Hall of Fame Gala. The voice still there, earned harder now than you knew when you first heard it. Number 7. Linda Ronstadt, progressive supranuclear palsy. Linda Ronstadt was one of rock and pop's most successful solo female acts through the late 1970s. Not the most famous, the most successful. She made over $12 million in 1978 alone, with album sales reaching 17 million that year. Rolling Stone dubbed her Rock's Venus. She had 6 platinum-certified albums, 3 of which hit number 1. She sold out arenas before most female artists were allowed near them. She started noticing something wrong in the early 2000s. Her voice would cramp mid-phrase. She'd try to hit a note and feel it lock up. She told people something was systematically wrong. They said she was just being a perfectionist. By 2009, she played her last live concert. In 2011, she announced retirement. In 2013, she revealed she had Parkinson's disease. "I can't sing a note," she said. Then in 2019, the diagnosis changed. It wasn't Parkinson's, it was progressive supranuclear palsy.
If I could only see.
A rarer, faster-moving neurological disorder with no effective treatments. The condition mimics Parkinson's but progresses more aggressively, caused by the deterioration of brain cells controlling thinking, movement, and coordination. And now, speaking from her home in the San Francisco Bay Area, she says she's losing her hearing too. "First I couldn't sing, then I couldn't knit," she said. "My brain is not keeping up."
Better get on Blue Bayou.
That line, the knitting, not the records, not the Hall of Fame induction, not the sold-out arenas, the knitting.
How happy I'd be.
The small, quiet thing a person does when the stage lights are finally off and life is just life. Those are the losses that don't get the memorial tributes, and they're the ones that cost the most. Linda Ronstadt can still hear the music in her head. It's just that no one else gets to hear it now. Number 6, Roger Daltrey, The Who. Meningitis, macular degeneration, hearing loss.
Sail away.
Roger Daltrey is 81 years old and still swinging the microphone.
Went out in the world to.
In March 2025, The Who played a charity concert at London's Royal Albert Hall for the Teenage Cancer Trust, a cause Daltrey has championed for decades.
Giving it all away. Ooh, yeah.
And midway through the set, he turned to the crowd and said, "The joys of getting old mean you go deaf. I also now have the joy of going blind." Then he made a joke. He said if he lost his voice next, he'd go full Tommy, the deaf, dumb, and blind boy from The Who's 1969 rock opera. And the crowd laughed because Roger Daltrey made the joke, so they could. But here's what's actually happening inside his body. 9 years ago, he contracted viral meningitis. The damage it left behind permanently disrupted his internal temperature regulation. Every time he sings in conditions above 75 degrees, his body drenches in sweat, drains its electrolytes, and risks serious collapse. In a 2025 interview with The Times, he said, "The potential to get really ill is there, and, I have to be honest, I'm nervous about making it to the end of the tour."
Giving it all away. Sail away.
And on top of that, incurable macular degeneration. His central vision is deteriorating progressively.
Sail away.
When asked why he doesn't use a teleprompter, his answer was blunt. "There's no point," he said. "He can't see it, so he sings from memory."
Now, I know better now.
60 years of words, stored in a body going deaf, going blind, and fighting to regulate its own temperature.
Worked hard and failed.
And still choosing to get up there? You know what it costs when someone keeps showing up despite everything? Not heroism, not inspiration poster stuff, something quieter.
Oh, I was just a boy. Giving.
It looks like work, and it is work. Roger Daltrey is doing that work every night. Number 5. Peter Frampton, inclusion body myositis. The guitar tone on Frampton Comes Alive is one of the most recognizable sounds in the history of recorded music. That 1976 album has sold over 17 million copies worldwide. The talk box, the way the notes breathe through it, the way the crowd reacts like the music is something physical, something they can feel in their chests. Behind all of it, a guitarist whose hands are now, slowly, systematically failing him. In 2019, Frampton publicly revealed a diagnosis he'd been managing since 2015, inclusion body myositis, IBM. A progressive, incurable neuromuscular disease that attacks the muscles, specifically the quadriceps and the forearm muscles that control dexterity. Stay with me on this, because the biology matters here. IBM affects the finger flexors, the exact forearm muscles that enable finger movement and dexterity. Not just Frampton's body, not just his ability to walk. The exact mechanics of what a guitarist depends on for every single note. He adapted, learned new chord voicings his hands could still make. He made a surprise appearance at the 2025 NAMM Music Show at the Martin Guitar booth, where he hinted he was recording a new project. In May 2026, that project arrived, a new album called Carry the Light, with collaborators including Graham Nash, Sheryl Crow, and Tom Morello. He's still making records, but standing has become more difficult. Future touring is uncertain. In a 2026 New York Times interview, he reflected, "In my mind, I'm more successful than I've ever been. Because I like myself, I like what I do." I've thought about that sentence. What it means to be at peace with what's left. What it means to love the work even when the work keeps getting harder to do. Peter Frampton understands that more than most people on Earth right now, because he's living it, note by note. Number 4, Elton John, vision loss. In July 2024, Elton John was on vacation in France when his eyes became severely inflamed, an infection. He flew home, received treatment. His left eye gradually responded. The damage to his right eye was irreversible. By September, he posted to fans about limited vision in one eye. That felt like the whole story. It wasn't. 15 months after that initial infection, he sat down with Variety and finally said what was actually happening. He had completely lost the sight in his right eye. His left eye remained significantly damaged. For more than a year, he hadn't been able to watch television, read, or see his sons playing in the yard. "It's been devastating," he said. "I haven't been able to see anything, watch anything, read anything." And here's the part that doesn't get said often enough about Elton John. He has beaten more things than most people get the chance to fight. Addiction, the most predatory years of the music industry, the AIDS crisis, which killed dozens of his closest friends in the 1980s and 1990s. And in response, he built a foundation that has since distributed billions toward fighting the disease. He's 78 years old, and he was still performing stadium tours as recently as 2023. But real, sustained, progressive vision loss is something different. It's not one battle. It's every single morning. It's the piano keyboard you've played for 60 years, now approached by memory and touch instead of sight. He says he won't give up hope. He has announced he will headline Rock in Rio in September 2026. This is not going to beat me, he said. I've beaten addiction. I've beaten health issues. You mustn't give up hope. Going by sound now, by memory. Number 3, Steven Tyler, Aerosmith, permanent larynx damage. September 2023, the Peace Out Farewell Tour. Aerosmith's final goodbye, a 40-date run that was supposed to wrap 5 decades with a proper send-off. The first show in Philadelphia, the second in Pittsburgh, the third in Elmont, New York on September 9th, 2023. And then that was it. Tyler injured his vocal cords during that third performance. The band said initially that the damage was more serious than initially thought. His doctor confirmed that in addition to vocal cord damage, he had fractured his larynx, which required ongoing care. They postponed, rescheduled, moved dates again. And then in August 2024, Aerosmith published a statement that said what everyone had been fearing. Steven's voice is an instrument like no other. He has spent months tirelessly working on getting his voice to where it was before his injury. We've seen him struggling despite having the best medical team by his side. Sadly, it is clear that a full recovery from his vocal injury is not possible. The Peace Out Farewell Tour played 3 shows. They had planned 40. The voice that sang Dream On in 1973, that uncanny upper register that had no business existing in a male rock singer, and yet absolutely did, was permanently altered. Aerosmith made a heartbreaking decision to retire from touring as a band, not because they chose to be finished, because the body made the choice for them. And if you're somebody who had a ticket to one of those 40 shows, who made plans around it, who maybe never saw them live before, and this was going to be the one, you know the specific ache of that. Something ending before you got to say goodbye to it properly. Aerosmith fans got 3 shows out of 40 planned, for a band that has been making music since 1970. Number 2, Brian Wilson, The Beach Boys, Dementia. Brian Wilson built some of the most architecturally intricate popular music ever recorded, Pet Sounds, in 1966. A record the Beatles cited as direct inspiration for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Records built from layers of instrumentation and harmonies, so carefully constructed, they required weeks to track. He heard things in his head that nobody else could hear, and spent 30 years trying to get them out into the world, while his mind fought him at every turn. The mental illness was well documented, the years of seclusion, the complicated, damaging relationship with a therapist that lasted too long, the decade he barely left his room. He found his way back, found love with his second wife, Melinda Ledbetter, stabilized, began touring again, playing Pet Sounds in full to audiences who'd waited decades to hear it live. Melinda died in January 2024. Within weeks, court documents revealed what was happening inside Brian Wilson's mind. A major neurocognitive disorder. He was taking medication for dementia and was unable to properly provide for his own basic needs. A conservatorship was petitioned by his management team and granted by a judge in May 2024. His last public appearance was at the premiere of a Beach Boys documentary that same month. He walked in. The crowd gave him a standing ovation. It was the last time he appeared in public before his death in June 2025. On June 11, 2025, Brian Wilson died at the age of 82. And here's the thing that stays with me. The music is still there. God Only Knows is still there. Good Vibrations, one of the most complex pop songs ever recorded, is still there. But the man who heard them first, who arranged every note of every one of them, spent his last year unable to access the version of himself who had written them. That's not a tragedy you can soften into something cleaner. That's just how it went. Number 1. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Parkinson's disease.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Ozzy Osbourne had a form of Parkinson's disease linked to mutations in the PRCAN gene, a rarer genetic variant typically seen in younger patients, with a slower progression. But in Osbourne's body, carrying decades of physical damage from a serious ATV accident. A 2019 fall that required spinal surgery, multiple subsequent fusions, and the full accumulated weight of the most extreme career in rock history, it did not move slowly. He was diagnosed in 2003, but didn't tell the public until 2020. By that point, he was using a cane. His mobility had diminished. He called it 5 years of absolute hell for him and his family. What followed was the most public slow decline in rock history. Every interview was a status report. Every appearance was a message. Still here. Still standing. His family held him up, literally and figuratively. By early 2025, Osbourne had lost his ability to walk entirely, but on July 5, 2025, Black Sabbath played their final concert at Villa Park in Birmingham, England, the neighborhood where they formed in 1968.
Mama, I'm coming home.
The Back to the Beginning concert, the original 4 members, Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, performing together for the first time in 20 years.
I'm coming home.
Ozzy sat on a specially designed bat-themed throne and sang, closing the show with War Pigs, NIB, Iron Man, and Paranoid. As fireworks and confetti filled the sky above Villa Park, he said to the crowd, "I fucking love you." 17 days later, on July 22, 2025, Ozzy Osbourne died. Cardiac arrest. Parkinson's disease listed as a contributing factor. He was 76. He said something in February of that same year, just months before the end, that I keep coming back to. For all my complaining, I'm still alive. As I look down the road, there are people who didn't do half as much as me, and they didn't make it. That's not defiance. That's not bravado. That's gratitude. From a man who nearly died more times than anyone can properly count.
I've seen your face 1,000 times.
Who finished his career seated in a throne on a stage in his hometown because his legs couldn't hold him anymore, but his voice still could.
You made me cry, you told me lies, but
He made it to the farewell. He got to say goodbye. Not everyone gets that.
I've seen your face 100 times.
And if you were watching that concert, whether in person at Villa Park or streaming it from wherever you were that night, you already know what I'm talking about. You already know what it felt like when the fireworks went up.